What's happening, people? Welcome to Saeed TV. Welcome to another episode of the Straightjacket podcast. Podcast 124, Monday. You already know the score. A bit later than usual, but mind me, people. People have lots of lives, and as soon as everything's opening up as well, things are getting back to normality, man. You know what I mean? I remember when we were just thinking about lockdown and all this and that, man. But you know what, man? For everyone's mental health and not, you know what I mean? It's looking up, man. Unless you're living in Bolton and you're living in Blackburn, you know, I'd be solidarity with you, man. You get me? Like, there's another.
Oh, they're still in lockdown.
Yeah, as well. There's a few, you know what I mean? The Indian kind of cases are coming up. I think it's the siege from India. So everyone who's down there, man, just hope and pray, you feel me? But yeah, man, big up to everybody who's tuning in right now. Make sure you do like the video, you subscribe to Saeed TV, and you make sure you're sharing it across all your social platforms. I'm going to introduce the guests one by one, as I always do. You get me? Onto my right, I think it is. Yeah, on the screen on your right-hand side, I have Mr. Flawless. Take note. What are you telling me, bro? Everything good around there?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. You already know. At Pi, and love for having me as always, man. Much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Always
come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Podcast with you three goats, man. It's fantastic.
Come on, man. You're the goat as well, man. Come on, man. You already know that.
Yeah, man. Love for that.
Come on. On the bottom of Flawless, we have Mr. Aaron United. Big up to Mr. Aaron. What you say, bro? If you're good?
Yo, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Come on, man. Come on.
Say, lockdown's easing a bit more now. Getting back to normal life. You know, it's about time. It's about time.
Come on. You already know. And Mr. Structure in the building today, man. Did you get caught in that crossfire? You know, the hailstone and the rain. Oh my days, man. Did you get caught up in that with your bike or whatnot? Or did you say, no, I'm gonna stay back in now for a bit?
I had to dodge it, man. Luckily, where I was, I had to quickly go get a bit of shade from that, man. You know what I mean? Get out of it.
Absolutely. And big up to Nate there, man. Nate T, respect to you, man. He said he's Jewish, but free Palestine. You already know what it is, man. Free Palestine, free the occupation of the people who are suffering right now and the oppression that they are going through. So people, big up to Nate right there, man. That's what I want to see, man. Everyone, humanity coming together. But we're going to start off with the video of the title. Well, actually, should we start off with the Ollie quotes? I'm not sure. You know what I mean? It's crazy at the minute. I just come on my Twitter, right? And I just see a whole load of fire at the minute. Flawless. Ollie quotes. I don't even know what kind of quotes it is. Is it out of context? Is it context? What's going on, Flawless, man? Because at the end of the day, bro, when I looked at it, I thought, listen, I've seen worse quotes, but that's Ollie, though, isn't it? You feel me? He just says some kind of things. He gets putting out content. He gets putting out of this. I don't know what he said, people, but everyone put the comments up on the video. If you could guys get it, Anas, anyone who's out there, he put the comments up for us so we can digest them comments, and then we'll get into the video of the actual what we're talking about. But has anyone seen the comments? Nuruddin, Aaron, have you seen the comments?
I haven't. What do you comments?
The only comment
today. Did he have a press conference?
He prefers a club that's united. That's all he said. With the fans, and the whole club is united. But he just said that nobody's going to try to be like United fans are not. Hopefully, not going to go violent or come on.
Right, okay.
That's what he said. That's what he basically.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, yeah, that's the gist of it. I think was that, but I think a lot of United fans maybe went too deep into it for Ollie's making excuses and whatnot. Which in reality, I'm not bothered. Listen, for me, yeah, what I see is a lot of things off the field, which are to do with this and to do with that. The footballing wise, for me right now, it's not good enough, Nuruddin. And at the minute right now, as the title of the video shows, man, am I not facing a blip, Nuruddin? Or is this something that you think, you know what, we'll get over this one? We'll get over this one. And Man United should beat Villarreal coming the game on next Wednesday. Because I look at Villarreal, man, Carlos Bacca scoring a hat-trick. Villarreal scoring 4. Last week, I think they scored, a couple. They're looking in the limelight right now. Man United are looking a bit, Bailly's hobbling off. Who do we play in midfield? There's a McFred. You know what I mean? It's all going off at the minute. Man United's preparation is not good, are they?
Well, McFred don't work. I mean, that's what they're in the team for, to be defensive, and they're not being defensive at the moment. They will leak goals, mate. And people are telling me about, Maguire. Listen, we conceded 3 against Roma. And without David De Gea, we would have conceded 6.
No,
Let's
but
put some facts in here, please. That's not.
yeah, but no, but Nordy though, does it not make our defense better though? The numbers that
No,
you're
let me
seeing
just finish.
in terms of from Man United though.
People are telling me, and people in the media are all jumping on bandwagon right now, right? And I'm just gonna lay it bare. With Maguire, we conceded 6. 3 of them were his fault, right? So all of a sudden, when my man is out, because my man has been, I'll say it respectfully, he's been on decent form. That doesn't mean all of a sudden you're gonna say, "Oh, we would not have conceded." Yo, we should have conceded even more. And
Yeah, true.
wherever when it comes to coaching, Man United as attacking force were all right against Liverpool. But defensively, everybody's making mistakes. Shaw is getting this into his head now. He's some Shaw Carlos and all of that BS. You're not Roberto Carlos, mate.
Shawberto Carlos.
Roberto Carlos.
Roberto business, mate. I'm not with that. And then Lindelof is Lindelof, innit? That's what you expect. Lindelof. He was doing that against Villa. Just that, the only difference that Villa didn't punish us and Liverpool did.
Yeah.
And then, Henderson. And that's why I wasn't too big saying Henderson is going to be that greatest keeper. And when we were arguing with Musa that time, when we did the thing about the keepers, I was like, man, I need to go out and go and get a proper world-class keeper. Because to me, I don't trust De Gea. De Gea saved us against one, but I don't trust him over the next season. I think his time is done at Man United. I'm sorry to say.
I've always said this, Norton.
I think he's done out here. And Henderson ain't the answer. We're going to need to go and get a proper world-class goalkeeper. But people are coming out now, all of a sudden, like try to make that Maguire's Van Dijk. You know what I mean? Nah, mate, chill out.
Who's talking to Norton? Who's talking to Norton?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking to people again. I asked that question on Twitter. I said, tell me what goal, tell me specifically, give me one construction.
That's been performances more or less.
No, it's not a performance. It's not about that. Because all of them were individual errors, and we've always been full of individual errors. He was making individual errors. That's what I'm saying about our defense. We're set up as a back 6, right? We are set up as a back 6, right? Fred and McTominay, they're there to look after those two because we are one case, and we're set up as that. But if they start making individual errors, like, for example, against Villa, McTominay made the error. He got pressed, lost the ball. Next minute, boom. See you later. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So don't get me wrong. Have I think that Maguire has been on decent form for the past 3 to 4 months? I've said it countless times on here and countless streams. I've said it. He has been. But don't get it twisted and tell me that there was one cross he would have stopped because we can see from headers anyway, right? I'm laying the facts out here. There's not one thing the corners. We get bullied in corners every time, or free kicks. And he's been at fault for goals. So let's not try to it's like a revisionist history. All of a sudden, revision. When a player goes out, everyone's like, oh, you know what? We would have No, these were individual errors. Lindelof always is prone to individual errors, right? Always. Luke Shaw started doing crazy individual errors. Our goalkeeper started doing madness. And our midfield do madness anyway. So it's like, what would he have stopped? Pogba got done on a corner, right? He got done on a corner, right? Got done on the corner. And the free kick's on the free kick, right? And the other guy was the midfield. Because how can you give some midfield player that amount of space and room to go take the ball out almost like he's running out the box and turn on it, and nobody goes and presses him? You know what I mean? So I only deal with facts, people. Don't give me if, but, so what, but no. Maguire was in the team, Man United League goals. We got hit 3 for Roma. Maguire was there, right? And we got hit for 3. And he was getting beat. And he was getting beat.
So is it the coaching then you're talking about?
No, our whole team, our midfield, were all in disarray, right? Against Roma as well. They were all in disarray. And we were getting caught. And if it wasn't for David De Gea, we would not be in the Europa League final now. So when people tell me, oh, it's Harry Maguire. Nah, mate, it is not. It's individual errors, right? At the back. Functionally, attacking-wise, we made chances. We just didn't capitalize against Liverpool. We could have equalized.
Yeah, Cavani. Yeah.
Cavani missed, and Greenwood missed from 4 yards.
Yeah, true. Aaron. Yeah. By the way, make sure you go and like the video, people.
1 second, boys.
Yeah. Flawless. What do you make? What do you make down to these 2 games? You know what I mean? Because I think there's a whole lot happened, but not a whole lot happened. Do you get what I mean? Like, we're still second, but still a madness happened. You feel me? Where I've always called it, man. The season's catching up on us. I think the season caught up to us then. I know we had a lot of games, yeah, but in terms of our playing style and our football, the season caught up with us. Where we've not been convincing, but we've been winning games, and we've not looked convincing, and we lost 2 games in a row. You feel me? So are
I get
you
what you're
close
saying.
to? Sorry.
Yeah, I said I get what you're saying there. Go on,
Do
carry
you know
on.
what I'm trying
I
to say?
get
So
what
it's
you're
kind
saying.
of
Yeah, yeah.
it's right now. It's not a crisis, yeah, but it's almost like a worrying kind of concern where you do that against Villarreal. I tell you what, mate, if they sniff blood and they see that McTominay
Good
giving
night,
the
Vienna.
ball free header, and they see Pogba tracking back, and they see Rashford trying to do little tricks on the right hand side. You know what I mean? And they see Henderson just thinking that he's, you know what I mean, the prime bloody Casillas with his cap on. Honestly, if they see all that, yeah,
That's a bit harsh, fam. That's a bit harsh. The
you know what I
Henderson
mean?
goal.
Nah, man.
You
I'm
know
being
what?
serious, man.
You
I'm
know
being
what?
serious. If they
Somebody
try to
said-
see that we're cocky and they think that, you know, we're Man United and all that, we're Man United of now, not the old. If they try to see that, brother, they're going to be like, yo, you're going to man a whole smoke, G. And they could just do us over. It's a one-off
here's the
game,
thing.
people.
Yeah. Could they do us over? Yes, but if we had beat Leicester and Liverpool back to back, that wouldn't make me any more confident going into this game, because what I always say about Manchester United, we are consistently inconsistent. That's the only consistent thing about us. We are inconsistent. So these two results don't surprise me. The fact that we lost to Leicester and Liverpool back to back doesn't surprise me. Same way if we would have beat Leicester and Liverpool back to back. So is it a cause for concern? Yes, but this is nothing new for me. We know exactly what we are. We've had cause for concern since the start of the season.
Yeah.
This is nothing new. These two results didn't come out the blue like, oh my God, like we've been on bad runs before where we drew. What did we draw? Like 3 games in a row, 0-0, but then we've been on runs where we've won 3 or 4 games in a row and everything looks rosy. This is why I never get too gassed when we do well, and I never get too low when we do bad, because I know what we are. We are, what do we always say? We are individual brilliance FC. And Nuruddin touched on it. When it comes to defensively issues, we are individual errors FC. 90% of the goals it seems we concede is not down to the brilliance or the skill of the other team. More often than not, it's us making multiple errors. It's not just one guy. Nuruddin touched on it, the Aston Villa goal against, the Aston Villa that Traore scored. McTominay not making the correct angle for Fred. Lindelof made 2 mistakes in one, not being strong enough in the first tackle, and the second time round, not closing down. This is nothing new. I say that you could literally replay what I've said in the past and just insert whoever we're playing in that. It's the same thing with over and over again. Could we beat Villarreal? Of course we could. Should we? Yes. Will we? I don't know. If the players turn up, that's who gives me faith going into games, is the attacking players we have. When you have the players we have, your Pogba's, your Cavani's, Bruno's, Rashford, Martial's back, Greenwood, you always have a chance to win football matches, because them man will create chances even on their worst day. So I'm looking at it like, yeah, these games have no bear. To me, this is just me talking, have no bearing on the final. If we went into this final on hot form, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, we're going to smash Villarreal. Same way we're going on poor form. How many times has it looked like Manchester, Ollie's going to lose his job and the players have turned up?
Yeah.
Turned up out of nowhere and got a result. Look at the Manchester City game. Nobody gave us a prayer.
Have they turned up on a semi-final, though? Or a moment where it's like a bottling moment?
The first leg they did, yeah. We slapped Roma 6-2. We turned up. No one was expecting that. And bear in mind, we went a goal up and went 2-1 down. And then man turned up in the second half and won the second half 5-0. That pretty much put us into the second leg. What Ollie did, what was a mistake in the second leg, was playing that same team again. Because automatically you're going to have, and this ain't a shot at the players, any player is going to struggle with not being complacent when you're 6-2 up from the first leg. You should have played you should have played a younger side. You were going to treat that game like 0-0 from the start. We started that game like we were 6-2 ahead. So that's how I look at it. Yeah, I don't look at form with us because you never know what we're going to get.
Exactly. Aaron, you know, when you look at it though, are you worried? Are you concerned? What's your feeling, bro, in terms of what's going on right now? And the lack of, you know, the McFred situation's now hotting up again, you feel me? The people at the back, I don't think Maguire's going to be back. I think Ollie's speaking out of desperation. I don't think he'll be back. You know, that thing he had on, mate, the brace, it doesn't even look like he can even walk, man, you know what I mean? And you got to put weight on it, you got to run, you know what I mean? You got to build it up. So I don't think he'll be ready, to be honest with you.
Well, same. I don't think he'll be ready. I think they'll try and rush him back, and it could be a situation where it'll be similar to
Harry Kane.
It'd be similar to Harry Kane, and it'd be similar to Johnny Evans, who they tried to rush back as well in the FA Cup final, and he had to get subbed off because he just couldn't carry on. So I think he will play, but it will be too early, and then he'll probably be forced to get off the pitch kind of thing. But I agree with Nurdin with what he said. I didn't completely hear what Flawless said, but I heard what Nurdin said, and I agree when Nurdin says that people are over-exaggerating this Maguire thing. Yes, he's very important to our squad. I do not disagree with that. He's very important to our squad. Yes, he's played a lot of games. Yes, he's played the most minutes. Yes, but let's not pretend like, for example, the free kick that we conceded against Liverpool, you know, that Firmino goal, that goal that we conceded, people need to stop pretending like we don't concede these goals with Maguire. Like, we concede goals with Maguire. So do not be surprised when we concede goals without Maguire. So,
yeah.
And you look at those 4 goals, it wouldn't have made that much of a difference because, okay, you know, the Pogba goal, the Firmino goal, where Pogba loses his man, Maguire probably wouldn't have done nothing about it because when we defend a free kick, Maguire's never at both ends of it. He's always in the middle. Yeah, when we defend in the line, Maguire's always in the middle of that line. So that's one goal. Second goal that Maguire wouldn't have prevented is the Salah one. Bro, as much as I criticize Salah, when he was gone, he was gone. Nobody was catching him. He was always going to score that. And with Henderson obviously inviting him to put it on the far post, he was always going to score that. So as much as I agree with people that Maguire is important to our squad.
So are you concerned about the coaching then? Because bringing a sub on Leicester when we were defending, zonal marking again. What's Pogba doing at the end of a zonal marking? Is it a zonal marking? So are you concerned more about that and McFred coming off, Matic coming on when in reality we could have bought on an offensive player? Well, in reality we're chasing the game. Look, and the worst thing of all, Aaron, is not using your last sub when you need to. We had one more sub to make, you know. We only brought on Mason Greenwood, and who else did we bring on? And Matic, right? Yeah. We didn't bring on anyone else. No, we're losing the game. What does that tell you? Is that not more concerning then? Maybe Maguire is a short-term concern. But
it is a concern because it is a concern because when you bring on Matic with a few minutes to go and we can actually equalize, that tells me that at that point he's not trying to concede a third one. That's what it tells me. True. Because if you leave Matic on the bench and you bring on a Van der Beek, for example, and then you tell him, okay, you sit, and then you tell Pogba to go forward a bit more. You know what I mean? You've got someone in Van der Beek who can then control the midfield and spray the passes or give the passes to someone that's going to be able to receive it, like Pogba, like Bruno, receive it, turn, and then create something. Both me and Yusai tweeted something. We quote tweeted something. It was the little clip of McTominay getting the ball and just playing it to whoever the hell that was meant to go to, and then it bounced to Liverpool player.
Better go to Pogba,
who was making the run inside, but he's playing it to the left-hand side. How the hell was that going to Pogba? That's a lie. Anyway, we've got physical midfielders, but we lack the intelligence and we lack the quality of passing in midfield. Yeah. And against a team like Villarreal, who, fair enough, their midfield in terms of passing ain't the best, but they can pass still. You look at that midfield, they've got Coquelin, they've got Foyth, and they've got Etienne Capoue. Ironically, 3 ex-Premier League players who will know exactly how to set up against our midfield. I know for a fact that Unai Emery has already sussed us out, possibly, and has told his midfield to do X, Y, and Z against Fred and McTominay. We can almost all of us can sit here and put £100 as a bet that Fred and McTominay are going to start against Villarreal in the Europa League final. Do you see what I mean? And for me, that's a concern because yes, we got the legs, yes, we'll have the physicality and whatever, but we won't have the passing quality to deal with a midfield like a Villarreal. And when you tweeted, Saeed, when you tweeted about Carlos Bacca, scoring a hat-trick, I even forgot the guy was playing. When you mentioned him, I was like
35 now.
Oh my God, Carlos Bacca, I forgot about him. Because I thought the only strikers that they have, Villarreal, are what's that guy called? Gerard Moreno or something? Moreno and Chukwueze. I thought those were the only 2 strikers they have.
Is he back, by the way, Chukwueze?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. I have to check.
Let us know in the comments, people.
I hope he's not, because he's a threat as well, bro. He's a huge threat. So, but then again, one threat's out the window. Now you have to deal with someone like Carlos Bacca. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not being too pessimistic, but what I'm trying to say, did Flawless freeze? Oh no, he's there.
Yeah.
Nah, fam, I'm just listening, man, doing the mannequin challenge and that, fam. You know what I'm saying?
All right, come on.
But in terms of, I don't know if you guys spoke about this already, but Chelsea's loss in the FA Cup final against Leicester should be a lesson for us. You know why? Because
There we go, Aaron. That's going to be my point next month.
That should be a lesson to us, because you know why Chelsea lost to Leicester? It's because they went into that game complacent.
Absolutely.
Because they thought, oh, we lost against Arsenal. Arsenal are dead anyway, so losing to Arsenal ain't that bad. We're going to beat Leicester. No, that's not how it works. You have to go into... When you go into a final, you've got, let's say, 1 or 2 games before that. You have to win that game in question to go into the final confident.
And
so
see,
now
that was sorry to cut you off, Aaron. That was my point on it as well. When Saeed was asking me about is the form, were we going into a final, whether we was on hot form or not. I'm just looking at this as a one-off game, and that it wouldn't give me any more confidence saying of us going in on good form, because complacency could creep in. If we had beat Leicester and beat Liverpool and then we slapped Fulham and then we beat Wolves, maybe that's a possibility. That's why I don't think it really has much better. Would you prefer to go in on great form? Of course. But I don't think it has a major bearing, especially with our team. We know what we're like. There's games where we thought, yeah, we're going to win this, and we lose. And there's games where we thought we have no chance and we turn up. So,
yeah, I absolutely agree. We have to win those 2 next games, tomorrow against Fulham, and I don't know when. Is it Sunday or Saturday that we're playing? I can't remember, but
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. But anyway, Fulham, we have to win it. Yeah, they're relegated already. They've got nothing to play for. We do. We have to be in form for this final. Wolves, we all know.
Yeah.
Whenever we play Wolves, it's a tough game.
Yeah.
Last time we played them,
even though they're rubbish this year.
Yeah, even though they're rubbish this year, we always struggle against Wolves. And even this season, when we won against them, it was like a last-minute winner from Rashford with his left foot. It was deflected. So, bro, it's always tough against these, man. So we need to win against Fulham, need to win against Wolves, because form is everything. Form is not something that you could just turn on and off and just be like, yeah, but we're Man United, we could beat anyone on our day. No, don't say that. That's not how it works. You have to be able to play yourself into form so that when you get to the final, because I'm sure if we now go tomorrow, and I'm just going to throw numbers out there. If we go out there tomorrow and we beat Fulham 4-0, then we go to the Molineux and we beat Wolves 3-0. Villarreal are going to look at us and be like, oh, these men are on form. They're playing them. They're ready for us in the final.
It's all about perspective, isn't it?
It's all about perspective. And they're going to be like, obviously, they've got their plan of attacking, but they're going to have a bit of respect for us, because they're going to be like, yo, this is Manchester United. They just beat Wolves 3-0, or they just beat Fulham 4-0, whatever. So they've got threats. So we need to be careful, even though we've got an attacking plan. And then that's going to allow us to then go into the final confident. We're already going to the final as favourites. We can't deny that. That's just how it's set. We're going to the final as favourites. So we have to make sure that we go in there as favourites and with confidence.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I think, if I remember correctly, the Wolves game is like 3 days or 4 days before the final.
Yeah, so it'll be like wholesale changes.
Let me
if we
check.
beat Fulham, then we confirm by second. If we beat Fulham,
we play Sunday, then Wednesday, brother. Sunday, Wednesday, Aaron. Sunday, Wednesday.
And we can almost bet that on that Sunday, he's going to rest a lot of players, and we probably won't win against Wolves then.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if we're playing on Sunday, then we're playing on Wednesday. That means we're only going to train for probably a day, because they're going to travel on Tuesday. What am I saying? They'll probably travel on Monday to be there early, and then they'll probably have a light training session on Tuesday, and then Wednesday obviously
Sunday 4 o'clock as well. See, I don't know what the Premier League are doing, man.
Probably straight after the game. So probably straight after the game on Sunday, they'll probably travel that evening or the morning after on Monday.
Was it in the final 10 days away or something like that? Is it like 10 days or 9 days?
Yeah, 9 days away. 9 days away.
Mad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm not ready for it, man. I'm not ready for it. You know what I was there?
Saeed nervous like he's playing in that, man. You'll be all right.
I'm telling you, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm telling you, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. We've got over 300 people watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video and you subscribe to the channel. Lord, it's a lack of competitiveness. The lack of the season's been dead, for a while now. You know what I mean? I think City won it maybe January, February time. We went out the FA Cup. Carabao Cup was out. There's a lack of competitiveness. It's kind of feeding into the players, I'm thinking. And then Ollie's almost thinking, I don't know if Ollie's have to have a manager to kind of pick them up and say, you know what, come on, we've got season here. Even under Sir Ferguson days when certain moments we won the league, we kind of lost momentum towards the end. I remember Chelsea coming over to our ground and they always used to be in that top 4 race. And then I remember Quan Mata coming over and winning the goal, and we always looked dead towards the end of the season. I feel like this is the same again, man, where we're just looking flat, man. You know what I mean? Lack of motivation. Everyone just feels like, yeah, man, we'll win. Don't worry, we'll win. It don't happen like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, what have you got to play for?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying to you. Is that going to be? Could that detriment our chance of winning the Europa League? Well, in reality,
I mean, don't get it twisted. My man's had a rest for a whole week. Only Bailly played. I think the only guy who was playing was Bailly.
Yeah, Bailly. Yeah.
Right? Bailly played 2 games, and that's quite bad as well. Like I thought, Tuanzebe should have played, but it's just. I mean, there's certain things about Ollie in it. It's just like what's going on. Unless we don't know, we don't have any information to what's going on, and like what's going on with Tuanzebe. What's going on? Like, why are you playing Bailly?
What is this decision over? What is this decision, Lord?
You know what? Why are you then bringing on Matic, and then why are you then?
Yeah,
it was just very weird. But anyway, let me just say the energy. I called it. I said it. I said towards the end of the season we're gonna flag. I said that how many months ago on this podcast?
Yeah, you did.
I said we're gonna be flagging because it was a truncated season. We had to do our pre-season while the competition was going on, right? So throughout all the games, Brighton and Spurs and that, we were not fit properly. And then we gave it a lot. And you see we're one of the fittest now in the second half of games anyway. We always turn up in the second half of games. And the fatigue is going to set in. And also it's a mental thing. I mean, Ollie came out today in his presser. I saw some of the quotes. And he basically said, you know, he gave them 2 days off. They had Friday and they had Friday and Saturday. Yeah, and that's not just physically, it's mentally. It's not just to switch off, just to be with their families. And,
of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just to relax, just to chill. So let's hope that's rejuvenated them. And then let's hope that hopefully they come back and tomorrow night.
Obviously, are you worried about Ollie, though? Are you worried about Ollie's decision-making lately? You know what I mean? Like, you know the game against Leicester, right? I understand. So hold on. I understand wholesale changes, but there's a few moments where he just takes off Greenwood. He pricks on Matic on, having to go. Tuanzebe doesn't bring him on when you need. These kind of little situations going on here, man. I don't know, man. Is it worrying for you? Because I'm just thinking, do that in the final, mate. I tell you what, man. You ain't going to get no chance, man. Should we explore the fact that we shouldn't play McTominay and, Fred in there? We should either do one or the other. But Ollie's stubbornness could be our downfall. That's what I'm trying to say. That's my whole point.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm saying to you. So he basically came out and said the reason why I play. He knows. He's not stupid. He knows everybody's kicking off about it. He knows that they've even got a name together, McFred.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He knows. He's not stupid. He's like.
Is it just me or does McFred sound like a flipping McDonald's meal or something?
Exactly. That's
Trust me, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what? It sounds like one of them dead ones though that you would never touch. It's one of them that you would never touch. You never go to.
The bacon ones.
You never go to McDonald's and order a McFred the same way you never go and get a salad or some ish like that. Just never ever get a fillet of fish meal.
You know what?
It's like going to McDonald's and getting a fillet of fish meal.
Like, fillet of fish. That's all we can have, mate. You get me? To them, man. None of us.
Is that, you can have mad thing.
Yeah, man. Fillet of fish, man.
You can't. Yeah.
But to you, obviously, it's dead to you get me? Because we can only have the fillet of fish.
Yo, just get some chips and a wrap, fam. I'm sure they do some vegetarian wraps or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Man. You know what I mean? But
surely
we got good anyway, man. The house food's good anyway, man. You get me?
Isn't it? It's McDonald's halal anyway. That's halal McDonald's anyway. That have beef or whatever.
I don't know. There's anyone around there. I tell you that.
Well, anyway, that's all. Yeah. Basically, it's the type of meal that you order where it tastes all right. After 5 minutes, you have to run to the toilet, innit?
Yeah.
It's McFred is one of those, innit? It gives you the belly ache, mate. You have to just go. You have to go and run to the toilet. You're chilling there with your friends. They're taking your fries, and you're like, I'll be back, guys. Look, I've been running around. So to me, he's not stupid. He knows, but his answer was interesting. He said, "Well, because the stats are there. When I play those two, we hardly lose games. Well, you got slapped when you play Liverpool. You got slapped in the big game with rivals. You got slapped, mate. And now we've given them that confidence that they got from that. That's why Alisson's allowed to. That's why Alisson can score that goal yesterday because they got the lift. They went to Old Trafford and battered us.
And that lift the belief.
Yeah, the belief. And now they're in their own hands. And we had the chance to put Liverpool in the Europa League, mate. But Man United don't do things like that, innit? And at the end of the day, to me, there was nothing about the coaching. I looked at it and thought, oh, it's about the coaching. No, because Liverpool didn't score your typical balls coming into the box and stuff like that. They didn't score those like goals.
It's a tactical decisions, though, No, certain moments, man management, certain moments.
Listen, Matt is coming on when Van der Beek is on the bench. Is shambles.
That's
when
what
we're
I'm
trying to
saying.
get back in the game.
Absolutely.
We're trying to get back in the game. Then you're putting McTominay as a centre half, and all of a sudden he thinks he's some sort of like he thinks he's Paolo Maldini and starts hitting 40 at 50. I'm like, you can't pass in midfield. You play 30 yards deeper. How do you think you're gonna pass?
This is why, for me, Norden, yeah, this is why, like, I'm actually glad that Scotland have qualified for the Euros, because now people are going to see that even their manager doesn't rate McTominay to the extent that Ollie rates him, because with Scotland, he plays centre back, mate, because he's not good enough to be in midfield. In a five,
yeah.
And you know why he's not playing in midfield? Because he's not good enough. Technically, he's not good enough, and his passing ability is not up there. When I look at Scotland midfield. Yeah, exactly. When I look at Scotland's midfield, what do you think McTominay is going to play ahead of John McGinn? Never. Not in a million years, bro.
John McGinn,
But it's true, bro.
He bullied him and Fred, both of them. I feel like
I know. First half.
Where we're at,
John McGinn in midfield is better than Scott McTominay, and this is coming from someone who remember when the links with John McGinn were there. I was like, yeah, let's just get him, because the guy, he can pass, but he's also got an engine. Do you see what I mean? I was for John McGinn coming to Manchester United. And he's a goal threat. Everyone remembers that banger he scored in the championship where he's like top bins.
Shout out to McTominay with his burner account and that. You get me? Yeah, me. Make sure you drop a super chat, fam. You know what I'm saying? All them big P's you run. You know what I'm saying? And that's clearly his burner account, man. Yeah, HH, that's clearly you, Scott. You know what I'm saying? And that. Drop a big super chat, fam.
All I've got to say is this.
Bro, look at bring the comment back. Bring the comment back.
He's not better than Westwood, I tell you that.
Listen, we've seen a team.
Bring the other comment back about McCarthy and McCarthy. There you go. This is the midfield. This is the midfield ahead of them two and John McGinn.
And then you have to they have this other attacker, like a left-footed Celtic guy plays like
Griffiths.
Griffiths. Listen, Tillemans and Ndidi slap up McTominay and Fred all day, every day. That's why they won that cup. This is how games levels, right? Tillemans and Ndidi go on battle and come out better against Kante, Jorginho, and who else played in midfield?
Mount.
Mount. Yeah, Mount.
That's what I'm saying to you. And you know what? Tillemans goes a 30-yard banger. Me and Aaron talking about it. How many times have we talked to us? Thinking, why is Leicester getting him?
Leicester have got a better midfield than Man United. In Samari.
You know what it is, Sam? You know what it is, yeah?
That's a strike, though.
You see, I remember Norden was talking to me, and he was like, Aaron, this he likes to call me Aaron. He's like, Aaron, this guy is literally twerking for us. Like, if you watch Tielemans' interviews or like interviews on TV and media outlets and stuff, before he made the permanent switch to Leicester, if you notice, he kept saying, I'm gonna wait. I want to go to a top club. And at the time, all the other clubs didn't need a midfielder. So it was clearly us. Yeah. It was clearly Man United. So Norden kept telling me, yo, he's twerking for us. Who did we go and get? No one. Oh, no, actually, we went and got Dan James, and know the rest.
Quality strike as well.
And the rest is history.
Quality. That strike was pure quality.
So,
and Chelsea out here losing pure finals and that. Big up to Chelsea and that. Them man lost the FA Cup final. The women lost, you get me, the Champions League final. Their under-12s got slapped in a final. Yo, 3 finals in 3 days, man.
You guys see the football Barcelona women's play? Oh, my God.
I need that coach, man. I need that coach.
Oh, that was some football that they played.
I posted one of them on my Twitter. I just put wow. I can't even put any words on it. I just put wow.
You know what?
They played some fantastic
unbelievable football.
And you know the man flawless. Women slap up everybody in England.
Well, go on.
Like slapping people right, left, and center, hitting people for 5s.
Yeah, man.
And you know what? Guess what? Everybody was gassing them up. Barcelona are good, but Chelsea are on a different planet.
Oh.
Like, whole four, and it could have been more.
Could have been more, but I was watching it. I was watching
Yeah, I
a
was
bit of
watching it
it.
as well. It could have been more.
And you know
man.
what's crazy as well? That Barcelona women's team went invincible, innit? They did it better than the Arsenal lot. You know what I'm saying? They won all their games and just drawing 12 games and that. You know what I'm saying?
You know
And
what I mean?
that
We need their
Wenger
midfield,
and that.
man.
Yes, for real.
We need their midfield, man. You know what I mean? We need their midfield, man. I tell you that, man. You know, yeah. Flawless. You know when you look at the type of football or whatnot, you know what I mean? Going into the final, we're not playing great football, are we? You know what I mean? And the momentum for me isn't there. Unless we score 4-5 against Fulham and then 3-4 against Wolves, which I think is unlikely against Wolves because I feel like, we'll play a weakened team. We again have to rely on the individual brilliance here of the team to push through again, man. And on a one-off game, it's a lot to kind of, you say you're confident for the final, but it's a lot to kind of just throw at it and just say, you know what, we're going to rely on that individual brilliance. And we got the final there, because at the end of the day, without Bruno, Rashford, even Rashford's not on form, Greenwood, you're not looking elsewhere, man. It's looking a bit bleak, man. And also our defense is a bit iffy, man.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of questions, not enough answers, bro.
Well, you see, all those things you said there was like that beforehand and that. The reason why we're in the final in the first place is because of individual brilliance. The reason why we're second in the league is because of our individual brilliance. Our defense has been poor from the start of the season. Did we not concede 9 goals in the first 3 games? Or 12? Or something like that. We got beat 3-1 by Palace. We got beat 6-1 by Spurs. And then another London team come and beat us as well or something like that. So this is nothing new. We've been relying on individual... Arsenal, that was it. Yeah, Arsenal beat us 1-0, so what's that? Yeah, you know what I'm saying in that. So many goals that we've conceded at the start of the season. So our defense has been poor throughout. Old Trafford, as it had good moments, yes. But the reason why we are even in the final is because of individual brilliance.
And also flawless. And also flawless. Ollie doesn't kind of, doesn't not make it easy for the Villarreal, man. They're looking at that game there, that lineup there. Sorry, Barra Maguire. Say Bailly instead of Maguire. It's almost as if that team picks for itself. Is that a concern for you? Because
you know what?
Giving it away to Villarreal.
This team's actually, if this is the team in the final, it's actually not bad because McTominay ain't playing, so that's good.
Nah, he's got McFred, fam. You missed it. Look at that.
McFred, bro.
My bad. Oh, see,
I merged them together,
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he's got McFred in there. But you see, if we see that team, am I a fan of McFred? No. Do I like Maguire and Lindelof together? No. But is that team good enough to beat Villarreal? Yes. 100% is good enough. Will it?
Yeah.
Is a whole other thing. Would I put money on it?
Well-drilled Villarreal.
Are they well drilled though? I'm hearing they're a poor side and that. They should have went out to Arsenal. I swear down. That's what everyone's told me.
For me, because in the second leg against Arsenal,
they were poor.
Very, very poor. Because it ended.
And where are they in the Liga as well?
Yeah.
And where are they in the Liga as well?
Let me check.
Where did they finish?
They're about
6 or 7, 8? Something like that. So it's kind of like, let's not.
But then again, you say that
Villarreal on the top side. Yeah,
you say that flawless, but is our any league any better when the top 4 are bottling it?
Villarreal.
I think football. I think the level of 7th. I think the level of football is not that high anyway, and that's across Europe.
No, it's not that high, but
not to make it back
we bottle the top 4. There's Chelsea bottling the top 4.
Let's roll reverse this and put us in Villarreal's shoes. So if we're 7th in our league, our team's not the best, and we're playing the team who are Villarreal, who are 2nd in Spain, have Bruno, Pogba, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford, Cavani. We're not giving ourselves a chance. We're on this podcast. People in the comments, we are not giving ourselves a chance. If Villarreal were in our position in their league with the players they have, and we had their players, we're talking about we're severe underdogs. Underdogs. Even with Maguire and Lindelof, we're talking about their attacking players. Imagine they had players the caliber of, like I keep saying, a Pogba, a Bruno, Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani, Martial, Donny on the bench. I could imagine you saying talking about it. Look, they've even got Donny on the bench. He can't even get a game. He walks into our
Of course.
I could imagine you saying that.
I know.
That's what you would be saying if it was reversed.
If I tell you flawless, no, that McFred were playing and they're not good at the ball, and that Rashford's on the right hand side when it's not a right winger,
that would give us hope.
And that Bailly's in the pitch and he hardly plays, and that Lindelof is playing and he's not good enough, and Pogba's on the left tracking back, and if you can sort some 2v1 against Shaw, you might get a chance. Then all of a sudden, Lord, it sounds different, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Let's be honest. And then
I
it
hear-
sounds.
no,
I'm
I
not
hear-
saying
no,
it.
no, I hear
I
what
back
you're-
Man United. Shall I tell you something, fellas? I back
Yeah.
Man United,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't back United under Ollie. You know what I'm trying to say to you?
I hear you.
Because I've seen this
Don't get me
time and
wrong.
time
He's the
again.
problem. That's why I said, am I confident? Am I confident going into this? No, he's the reason why. If we had a competent manager, I'm out here saying, yeah, we're Europa League winners. I've got the T-shirt printed already. I've got the stream set up already. I just don't trust the manager in the situation, but we have players who are good enough. We definitely do. How many of their players get in our first
Do we
team?
really trust the players? Do we trust the players? Nah,
I trust the attacking players. I trust the attacking players. Wait, hold up. Let me reiterate that. One sec.
Yeah.
I trust the attacking players to get the job done. Because that's why we're in this situation. The only reason we're in the final is because of the attacking players we have. The only reason why we've been top of the league in the past is because of the attacking players we have. The only reason why we're second above other teams is because of the attacking
But the
players.
defense has let us down, man, and that's my
Yeah,
worry.
defense has let us down. Definitely
defense,
can.
man.
Midfield, boys.
And midfield as well.
And the
For me,
midfield.
it's the midfield. Like it's mainly the midfield. Even though we've been leaking a lot of goals, it's the midfield because we just. If Pogba's not playing in that double pivot, we just struggle to get the ball to them. Like if you noticed, ever since Pogba's been on the left, yes, he's getting the ball and he's doing well and whatever. But let's look at how the ball gets to him. If it's not a long ball, if it's not a diag, the ball doesn't get to Pogba.
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
Would you say? Would you man say Villarreal are better than Roma?
Yes.
And who?
Then Roma,
Okay.
yes.
Roma.
Yeah,
I think
not.
solid. I think defensively they're going to be better. I think defensively they'll be better.
Defensively, well, but that's my whole point. Is in the terms of, like I say, treat these men like they're seventh in the league for a reason.
Let me
Like,
look at
treat these
their
men
lineup against Arsenal. in
Man,
the
like
first
Stroll's in
leg,
the
'cause-
building. Big up Stroll.
Shout out to Stroll, my guy.
Yeah, he's
he
there.
said
Next to me, the
Liverpool.
prick. Look, he's over there. The prick. Look.
Oh, is it?
Let me
Oh,
look
this
at
guy is a madman still.
let me look at Villarreal's lineup against Arsenal in the first leg because that's arguably their strongest lineup.
Yeah.
So
And I'm
in
hearing
goal-
Arsenal fans say that they should have won that second leg. Sorry, Aaron, to cut you off. They weren't good. They were good in the first leg in the first half, and then after that, they weren't good whatsoever.
Yeah.
Arsenal should have went through. This is what I'm hearing, but
So I'm
I
looking
didn't
at
watch it.
the lineup against Arsenal in the first leg, and obviously there are a few names that I don't recognize or anything I don't know, but the few names that I do know, obviously you've got Juan Foyth from ex Tottenham. You've got man like Raul Albiol. I can't believe this guy's still playing.
Brilliant
That's
player.
mad.
Brilliant
I remember
defender.
signing him on Football Manager 2007. Man, I'm
Brilliant
still
defender.
thinking about it.
And I don't-
Who's this? Who's this?
Albiol.
Well, I'll be low.
I'll be yeah, back in the
And
day,
he's-
yeah, back in the
he's
day, man.
35. Then you've got obviously the guy that we've been linked with, the Pau Torres guy. Then you've got Chukwueze. I don't know if he's injured or not, if he's going to be available. Then in midfield, you've got Etienne Capu,
What?
who's obviously
Good player.
well known.
Fantastic
Used to play for Watford. Then you've got a midfielder that I rate highly. Obviously, with the whole mess that was going on at Valencia, he had to leave.
Yeah,
Dani
Parejo.
Dani Parejo is going to be an absolute threat. If you think that McTominay is going to shut down Parejo, you're dreaming.
I know.
You're dreaming because
He's a playmaker.
passing ability is 10 out of 10 from Parejo.
10 out of 10, man.
Unless he has a stinker in the final, this guy's going to be pulling strings in midfield. And then up front, I can't believe I even forgot this guy as well. Because when he was at Dortmund, he was shelling it. Paco Alcacer.
Yeah.
And then you've got Gerard Moreno. But obviously, like I said, in terms of injuries, I don't know what's going on.
Chukwueze's out.
Chukwueze will probably be out.
Chukwueze's out. Okay, so up front, they're probably going to play Alcacer and Moreno.
Yeah.
And Alcacer loves a goal against big teams, bro.
Yeah. This is what when I was talking about to you about we're going to be our own downfall. I understand we've got quality play. Listen, I think we've got as good as a squad as anyone in the league. But how do we use it? Donny van der Beek, is he match fit?
I don't agree. We've got one of the most balanced squads ever. That's why McFred have to always play.
Hold on. But
we've been out.
Donny van der Beek can play, but Ollie don't choose him.
Listen,
it's not our fault, is it, as fans?
Ollie never wanted him. Ollie never wanted him, and that's the club. They buy players that you don't want. Van Gaal and Mourinho telling you that people don't believe them. You give them the list and say, "Go and get these. I want these players."
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure.
That's facts. Why would Van Gaal say it? Van Gaal's got no vendetta against United. He went out on a winning thing. He got paid out. He basically retired. Man United retired him. That's how much money they paid him. He didn't want another job after that. He's in
Who's this?
Van Gaal. He lives in Portugal, mate.
Yeah, man, he retired, didn't it?
United money and chill. That's what he did, bro. So why would he be saying that? He just wanted to tell the facts. about Man United. Anyway, Man United squad is imbalanced. I said before we need 4 players to come into the first team, and now I changed my mind. I think we need 5 because I think we need a goalkeeper. After the shambles that I saw against Liverpool, I'm like,
will you ever learn, Norton? Will you ever learn?
Listen,
What did he say? What did he say?
Listen,
5 players.
Listen, a proper football club would do that. I know more than anybody. That's why I'm structured, mate. More than anybody.
Yeah.
Man United are never doing that. More than anybody, I know that, right? More than anybody. And that's why I'm begging, if any of you man watching or people, you know anybody who's going to the game, make sure you protest tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make sure you get your
I was saying that as well. I was saying that as well.
Make sure you get your voice heard, mate. Because when I went to the
I'll be there tomorrow. I've got a ticket tomorrow.
I heard all the fans. I don't know if it's true, but I heard all the fans that are going to the stadium tomorrow are encouraged to wear the golden and green scarf.
Yeah,
so
I got mine here. My Lord is giving me one.
Go. So anyone that's going to Old Trafford tomorrow, unfortunately, I didn't manage to get a ticket. Please, guys, go to Old Trafford with your golden green scarves. If you can fit in a little paper in your pocket, print out Glazers out. Put it on an A4 piece of paper. You print it out, put it in your pocket. They're not going to tell you to take it out. Put it in your pocket. As soon as you get there, hold it up and just go all out. Glazers out all the way.
And you know tomorrow, majority of television cameras are going to be focused on the fans.
Absolutely, because the fans are back for the first time in God knows how.
Yo, listen.
Is there a protest tomorrow?
I heard there's a protest at 4 p.m.
Big up Stroh in the building.
Big up my guy.
Yeah, 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. Stroh, what are you saying? Man United's chance in the Europa League, man. You know, we're talking about we've got a good squad on that, but we could be out downfall.
No, we haven't. Not lying. We've got an imbalanced squad. We've got good attacking players, but we have an imbalanced squad.
Let's Stroh say that. When you looked at the game against Liverpool, what did you think? Man, that you man couldn't even beat us, you man couldn't. You looked a bit like shaky. What was your concerns? When you watched us?
I couldn't believe it. We gave them gift wrap, mate. Presents.
I know.
Hey, there you go.
I don't think Liverpool that good that day, And I argued with Grizz about that.
Their midfield was.
Yeah, the midfield, but their attack wasn't as good as I say.
I'm still.
Arnold was unbelievable.
I'm still annoyed.
Unbelievable.
I'm still annoyed we couldn't do anything against their 2 young centre backs.
Exactly my point.
I know,
That's
man.
exactly my point.
I'm still annoyed. On that.
You know why, Eric? Because we can't get hold of the ball in midfield. That's why you can't do nothing.
Exactly, Lordin. Fair point. Brilliant point, Lordin. Yeah, go on, Stroh.
No, I was going to say the issue you had in the game against us was one, Dean Henderson had the game of his life in terms of a Liverpool fan point of view. Just gifting goals.
The first half,
and then secondly, your midfield was awful, absolutely awful in terms of Fred was giving the ball away, McTominay was giving the ball away. None of them looked like they could play a string of passes together, and it was just poor. It really wasn't. You just let us come into the game, and you just let Thiago and Fabinho just completely neutralise your midfield, which I was surprised at. And then going forward, you just look so imbalanced until you brought Greenwood on. And my issue is Ollie, bring Greenwood on at half time, and you get something from that game. Because look what happened when you brought Greenwood on. You actually had a proper counter-attacking threat in terms of when you were nicking the ball, and going forward, you look more potent. And it was awful from Ollie, and it was Fred, one of the worst performances I've seen from a midfielder. Him and McTominay was so poor in that game.
Why do you think Ollie uses them too? When you look at obviously your coach and whatnot, is it just basically for energy that they protect the back four? Can you see some reasoning why he uses them?
Yeah, it's players he trusts in those positions because they're his go-to in the big games. So, not saying he's them two are of this level, but like for example, whenever you would have a big game back in the day under Fergie, he would always go to Park and Fletcher because they were two players that he could trust in the big games. For some reason, Ollie's adopted that format in terms of he trusts Fred and McTominay in big games in terms of a defensive point of view. From a defensive point of view, fine. You don't need to go with a double pivot though, especially against us this season. You go with a number 6. You go with 2 in front of him. Van der Beek, who can potentially break the lines, who would give Thiago a hard time in terms of his running off the ball. And from a defensive point of view, Thiago is getting better at it, but he doesn't really want to do that. You put Pogba in there because look at the nuisance that he makes because he's naturally going to drift anyway, which will naturally bring one of the centre midfielders out, which will bring more space for the other midfielder. They're his go-to in the big games, and for me, it's wasted. And you look at the results you've had in the big games, how many 0-0s because it's too defensive. It's far too, especially when you're at Old Trafford. We have an awful record at Old Trafford, and when we're going there, with Nat Phillips, who I think has been phenomenal this season in terms of what he's actually done. But Reece Williams was a non-league player last season on loan. He's going away to Old Trafford. You're going to tell me that if you don't put it on him in the first 10 minutes, he's not going to crumble. Of course he is. Everyone would. Look at what West Brom did. How uncomfortable did it make him yesterday? Uncomfortable for him. United should have done that. You've got Cavani. His movement is unbelievable.
But you only got 3 touches, though, Stroke. We got 3 touches.
And that comes from the midfield. And that comes from Ollie setting the team out completely wrong. And when he had the chance to correct his mistakes, he didn't do it. And how many times have I said that?
If that was Klopp, would Klopp not get blamed because of his coaching? So why is it different for Ollie, do you reckon? Why do you think people just, it's a lot of emphasis on the plays. I understand the plays, but the plays can only do so much. Sometimes you need a bit of guidance. Sometimes you need a bit of, you're a coach yourself. You need to guide them what to do next.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with managing and stuff. I don't manage at that level. I manage at a decent level, but I don't manage.
Probably better than Ollie.
But here's the thing, though. It's you can set a team up and you can think that team is good enough to win the game. There'll be certain things that happen in the game where you need to neutralize, you need to change, you need to tweak something tactically. And I look at Anfield in the first time you played us in January. I look at when you played City at some point in the season, and I look at Old Trafford on Thursday night. The issue Ollie has is when it comes time to correct his mistakes, and specifically the PSG game as well, when he doesn't take Fred off, that's his mistake. And he didn't do that, and he's not learned from that mistake. And then you look at Anfield, for an example, is you had the chance and you had the opportunity to go and take our record from us, and imagine what that does to your season. And you don't do it because you're too defensive. And then you look at Thursday night, you take Fred off or McTominay off, and you bring Greenwood on at half time. And it's
I just seen that.
Yeah, serious proper prick, innit? I just seen his name.
I just seen that right now. I just you know what I mean? You know what I mean, man? You know what I mean?
I just clocked it now.
I caught you with it. You know when you go to Tesco and you hiding something in the bags and that. You know what I mean? You went to the Tesco.
You know what?
Sneaking something in the bags.
I actually forgot I did that because when I first came on, there was no names. I was like, well, that's ruined. But listen, he is the greatest Premier League goalkeeper of all time.
Oh no, come on, man.
Listen, I can't even banner Alisson after he scored yesterday. You know what I mean? But
that's what I'm saying. You're great goal, by the way, from Alisson.
Exactly. Flawless. I'm going to come to you next. Can we fix this, man? Can we get back to our form? Do you think we're just talking a lot of nonsense here? This is classic Man United, man. We always do this, man. We do this time and time again. You always ask me
questions. You know the answer to, and I know the answer. I know the answer. You know what I'm saying? You know what the answer is. That's why you're asking me with a smile on your face. You know what the answer is.
I know it is,
and you know what I'm going to answer. We all here. Even Stroll knows what the answer is. Can we become something great under this manager? Can we become something great under this manager? No. Can we go on good runs of form? Yes, because we have players, but we don't have a defense and we don't have a midfield. And we don't have a manager who can master weaknesses for us to be successful over a long period of time. Can we pick up lesser trophies? Yes. That's why we're in the Europa League final. FA Cup, could we reach up? Could we win that? And League Cups, yes. But in terms of Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues and where we want to be, with this manager, absolutely not. No. These owners are handicappers, yes, we know this. But the managers also handicap us. I mean, the manager also handicaps us as well. So as he's here, we know the situation. Unless we just keep signing quality players, we might be able to get over the line. We go get everything we need in the summer. We go sign a centre-back, a holding midfielder, and a right winger, then maybe. But then that also depends on how other teams do. We need Liverpool to have a bad season like they've had this season. We need Chelsea to have the Lampard effect. You know what I'm saying? We need City to not be where they're at. We need City to have their style and for it to continue. Otherwise, I don't think we can do anything long-term.
But chin up though, Flawless. I've got some good news for Man United fans in general. Pereira's coming back at the end of the season, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good, man. We're all having a party, man. As soon as he's
gonna play McTominay and Pereira in a double pivot.
Hey, serious question.
You know what? Actually, I'm so Fred. Give me Pereira. I'm telling you.
What do you miss the pre-season Perlo? Pre-season Perlo.
Send him out on loan again.
At least.
I think you're right.
At least. He's more try to make things happen with his passing. They might go straight, but
I think he's better than McTominay.
At least you know what? At least he gets stuck.
I think you're better than McTominay. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not no bar. You know what I'm saying?
I genuinely think Pereira is better than McTominay.
You break the lines better than McTominay does with your passing, fam. I played against you, I know. You know what I'm saying? And that. Like, no, he's not the guy in it. And the fact that we're saying Pereira might be better than him tells you the levels of where we're at. It tells you the levels. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of these, man. They're not good enough.
Better moments from Pereira than
sick of them, the predictability of them. I watch knowing that they're in a team sheet and I know what's going to happen. I know the pattern of the game.
Yeah, literally.
Who am I? I'm just a guy in Houston.
No, not Fred. McTominay. Anas, McTominay, not Fred. Fred is
You
rated for me.
know what Fred becomes? You know what Fred becomes? It just becomes Mick Pereira. That's what it becomes. You know what I'm saying? And we just run jokes with that. That's what it becomes.
Listen, Fred has become
McPair.
That's saying like that, Mick Andreas.
What do you say, Jordan?
Like that.
Fred lately has been abysmal. He's had
to be fair. I think he's suffering, man.
Listen, 20 minutes here, there, and the next.
Is he not suffering, though, Jordan? Is he not suffering? It's like when you're in the classroom, right, and you've got the kid that's your boys next to you, and they put you down in class, and the next thing you know, you both get kicked out of class. That's what it feels like, man. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, people. You go in class, right? And the teacher always says to you in the report, you, man, need to get away from that boy Lurid in there. He's putting you down.
That's a great analogy.
It's a great analogy. It's like when somebody's telling jokes and I start laughing and the person gets mad at me for laughing. Get mad at the person telling the jokes. I'm not the problem. Get mad at the person telling the jokes in it. When people get mad at me.
Don't shoot the messenger, man. It's like don't shoot the messenger. You know what I mean? Friends say, don't shoot the messenger, man. What did I do, man?
You know what? At the end of the day, I look at sometimes I think Fred and McTominay are functional in certain things about where they can be defensive, where they're both running at a team, where whole Man United is back, where we're playing a low block. They might be good in a low block, but when we're not playing a low block, to me, it's just
again no. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has no other way.
Listen, the biggest thing would be this, right? There's a lot of things that happened during this pandemic. Historians will look back at this and go, "Oh, global pandemic." The world went absolutely bonkers. And Donny van der Beek was sat on the
That's way facts.
when Fred and McTominay played all season. That, to me, historians will have to add that bit to the end, because if you would have said that to footballers, we're buying. I was so gassed right, when we bought him. I even argued. I was even, gassing people up going, I'm glad we got him because Grealish holds on to the ball, right? And I was like, he's better for us in the Champions League with his movement than Grealish, because he makes a lot of runs off the ball. Boy.
Yeah. And also, Nuruddin, we were told a dream. We were told a dream on Matic, Pogba, and Bruno, and it was lovely. You know what I mean? We had that consistent team. We have a consistent team now. And I always think, why can't we have it with Matic in there with a bit of balance? I know his legs have gone, but over the lockdown, he was playing 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row, Nuruddin.
Yeah, but
why can't he play now?
Saeed, I'm not going to lie to you. Matic looks like his dog's been taking him out for too many walks. I'm telling you.
I'm not sure, man.
That guy's got no energy, man. I'm telling you now. He might come on, but when he starts games,
that's a product of that's a product of the environment, man. I think that's a product of how we play football. I think it's a product of there's not enough players in there that can play football, and we have a lot of energy. Matic, you know people that maybe people that in life just
34, 35.
No. Relax. 32, man. He's 32.
Right, how old's Fernandinho?
Fernandinho's 36.
And he's in the Premier League.
But he's a different sauce, though, bro.
32, man. 32.
Was he 32? Right, he looks massive.
Bro,
he looks older.
Bro, it's like you're comparing brown sauce to ketchup, mate. Heinz, bro. That's a different sauce, bro. That's a different sauce altogether. Fernandinho is one of the best in his time. He can play centre half.
Again, what I'm talking about, Nordin, I'm not talking about age. Fernandinho is operating in a small centre circle. And when he does that...
And Fernandinho doesn't play there. Fernandinho plays with other 5 midfielders. My guy don't even play a striker.
No, come on, man. Come on,
but that's a fact, Saeed. That's a fact.
No, but then again, why don't you do that then? Why do you operate so that...
we don't want to see Ollie playing no false nine. Relax, man. Don't put it out there. We don't want to see Ollie playing.
I'm playing Bruno in a false nine.
Relax.
Literally.
Guys, I've got Wikipedia, Smokey. I've got Wikipedia, Chill out, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
you know what I mean?
Listen, You
No,
are.
but no, let me answer let me hit the question now. If Matic was used in a way where he was used effectively, would you not think that we would get the best out of him? I'll be serious.
You know what that is, Saeed, though? Saeed, we could say that for the whole squad, and this is why we're so critical of the manager. Because he doesn't get the best out of our better players.
You know what?
He doesn't get the best out of our better players. Never mind our squad players. Could you use Matic effectively? 100%. But we've seen him misuse Pogba. We've seen him misuse Rashford. We've seen him misuse Greenwood, Bruno, etc. We've seen him misuse all these guys.
Come on now,
listen. Still trying to false nine thing. Definitely, Saeed's done it.
A lot of things that are about tactics. A lot of things that maybe motivation. That might be like some things that you've done on the training. Are you telling me players sometimes don't lose form? Look at Sadio Mane.
100%.
Sadio Mane and Bobby. Listen, and Bobby Sunshine. You know, with his blinging teeth.
Hey, the sun was shining with Bobby at Old Trafford on Thursday night.
That's what he was. You know what? He was shining. But you know what? I've not seen many games where he shone that season, and he owed Liverpool fans one.
But you know what, Nuruddin? I think I think you're almost giving up now on buying experienced players. You know, I think we're giving up on it now. They have to be hungry. No, hold on. They have to be hungry. They have to be energetic. They have to be of a certain age. I think we're gone past experienced players now. We're not going to buy no 28-year-old anymore that's got a big experience, that's done it, seen it, done it.
Yo, man,
we're not going to do that.
I'm going to have to dip, yeah?
Man, big up Aaron, man. Big up
Aaron every time. You already know.
We're not going to do that because the whole premise and the whole ideology is that you've got to be fit, hungry, passion merchant, sliding all around and showing that you're putting in the hard yards. If you don't do that, every single person, his knowledge and his kind of understanding of a midfielder has gone. Matic can do things that you don't think he can do. But all of a sudden, Ollie has made you realize that we need energy, we need pace, we need hard yards. That's what everyone's doing.
No, listen, because Fred and McTominay, they don't offer hard yard because when the game gets technical, I need technical footballers that can.
They run around. They run around a lot, though.
Listen, we need a technical footballer, but those two can't. Listen, they can't pass. If my life was on the line and I got some guy had a gun to my head and about the passing of McTominay and Fred, I would have said, bro, give me the gun. Let me pull the trigger myself. That's how I would be. I'm like, give me that gun. Listen, nobody puts their house on Fred and McTominay creating Jack, right? They're not.
Well, Ollie does.
They're not. No, he doesn't. He just wants them to the low block when we play. But when we don't play low block, those two get exposed. If we play low block, they can fill in the gaps. Stroll will tell you as a coach, everything becomes that. You make the pitch smaller, you make your goal. Everybody's back there with you, and that's why we look amazing. They look amazing against Man City. They look amazing against Paris Saint-Germain. They look amazing in certain big games. But when Man United have to create something, or put balls together, or become a bit press resistant, or take the ball from the fullbacks or the centre halves and keep it and put their body between them and the ball. No, we don't do that. It's just, at the end of the day, he's working on what the owners and what we have. John Mater's
I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that.
No, Saeed, you're chatting shit.
I don't buy into that. No, I don't buy into that. No, I don't buy into that.
You're failing to acknowledge.
No. What did you say there? Repeat what you said there. No, repeat what you said there. Repeat what you said. No, I'm not having that,
Murder, right? As the guy
he's making
football this season.
No, I'm not having that.
For 8 years. And now,
I'm not having that.
I'm not having that, though. What did you say just then now? Ollie's working what he's got. Are you having a laugh? He's got bloody Donny van der Beek on the bench, who's better than McTominay.
He didn't want the guy. Saeed didn't want the guy. You can clearly say that. When Van der Sar's coming out, when Ajax official, when Gary...
No, sorry to cut you. Yo, we got a dip because obviously we got to go on radio and that. Big up to you, man. Both of you legends, man. Go. Everyone get a like up.
Make sure you go check out Pi Radio, people.
Never change, man. We're live at 7 on Pi, people.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, man.
I swear to God, I thought you were getting this. I thought you understood that this football has zero structure.
Listen, I understand. I didn't understand what he said.
Let me just say something to you now. You know Casey Stoney? You need to do a video about why she left. Your audience deserve to know why, and that's what you need to do research. What happened to her? She's one of the most talented coaches, women's coaches in the country, in Europe, in European football. She left because of the shambolic treatment the woman and her she's got from the facilities where they tell her to go and play in Lee Sporting Village. Lee is about half an hour out of Manchester.
Yeah.
By car, where you're driving 70 miles an hour. You don't understand how much shambolic this club is.
I
Honestly,
understand
I
that.
don't think people understand.
Yes.
So picking on managers, I've done that. I've been down there. I was Moyes out. I was Van Gaal out. I was Jose out.
Yeah.
And
But I
now,
didn't agree with what you said though about working with what he's got. Though. I didn't agree with that bit. I understand the club because
he's working with what he's got. An imbalanced team.
Yeah, but he's been manager for 2 years though.
And I put money on it. Yeah, he's been back, Saeed. He's done the best he can this season by making United almost finishing second. When we all thought at the beginning of the season, we're going to be finishing outside of the top four. Majority of us thought that's what happened.
Yeah. But tactically, has he been doing better with the team though?
Listen,
Tactically, has he been doing better with the team?
No, listen, of course, I already said to you.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
He's learning but I said to you, as a club with a football structure, you impose certain conditions on your coach or your manager. You impose the things on them. You say to them, right, these coaches come in. You get that director of football has meetings with you to say, beginning of the season, you write down, I'll get a paper, you write down goals, aims, objectives. This is what this is what the players we got. This is the style. That's what happens. You build the recruitment team. Saeed, it's not rocket science. Leicester won the FA Cup on Saturday against Chelsea. Why? Because they've got a fantastic recruitment.
Yeah. I agree.
Got owners who understand. That's why they can persuade Tillemans to come and join them. That's why they get Ndidi to stay there.
I understand
That's what they do. Man United have zero structure. Wolverhampton, Leicester City, Everton all have better football structures than Man United. They might finish. What Ollie's done, some might say, is remarkable. But of course, he's learning on the job as well. Some of the things Ollie's done has been remarkable. I know next season we're not going to be able to repeat what we've done this season. Coming back all those games. We're not going to do that. You know why? Because the fans in stadiums and all those teams that we beat, we came back, all of that, that referee's going to be under a lot of pressure. And the fans are going to motivate their team not to concede. And that's what's going to happen. When you're playing at home and you're playing against a big team, the fans become your 12th man. And they cheer every clearance. And the players get energized. When you play in an empty stadium, the fans are not there to cheer you. And it hurts the smaller teams. It hurts the teams that are finishing from, 5th, 14th to 10th. It hurts them. And that's what Man United got a lot of their points for this season. The teams that were not gone down, but near the relegation to all the way to 10th. I can't just blame everything that's on this pitch on Ollie. He's got to work with his donkeys and John Murtagh. Now I found out, I've done the research. John Murtagh's been there since Moyes.
Yeah, I know, yes.
Advising Woodward to buy players. That's why when people are gassed about this summer and that, we're going to do this. What the hell is he going to do? He's been there doing the same things all these eight years. At the end of the day, Saeed, in modern football, I'm telling you now on my mother's grave, if you were to give Pep Guardiola Man United team, Man United are not winning a league or we're not going anywhere near Champions League final, we might win one trophy. That's the only thing that will happen. We might.
Well,
how many defenders has Pep Guardiola got rid of? How many players has he got rid of? Right, this guy's not good enough. See you later. Buy me another one. Saeed, recruitment is the name of the game. Modern football, if you're not recruiting, if you haven't got that part of your game right, you can't fake it. I'm sorry. You can't fake it. You can't come and style it. No, you cannot. And Ollie has made huge mistakes. He has made, but he's also done some incredible things in the background. And working with these guys, I would have walked out already. And that's why Casey Stone, she's walked out. She said 2 years she's been there.
Is that enough?
She, at the first time of asking, she's got Man United promoted into the, and you know what, we're finishing 4th or 5th, I think. That's where we finished. And for a certain time in the league, she was challenging for the league, Saeed. She was challenging for the league. Yeah. That tells me everything. Nicky Butt, got headed out because he's like, well, what's going on? Oh, it's for the jobs for certain part. See you later. Got headed out. Casey Stoney, football person. Nicky Bott, a footballing person. See you later. They both got headed out. John Murtagh, and people think now, people are oh, Darren Fletcher sort it out. Darren Fletcher is a technical director for
There's no hope, man. There's no hope.
Saeed, I don't want to get too down on people, but what I'm trying to say to you, just because we lose 1 or 2 games and the team's not functioning, we can't go, oh, it's all on Ollie.
We're not saying that. We're not saying that. I just disagree with you on that point where he said Ollie's doing the best of what he can with what he's working with.
Yes,
I don't think he's. I don't. You know, no. The bit I disagree with is he could do certain other things which are not helping us, especially in the McFred situation. I don't think he's helping himself. That's why I don't say.
Can you please tell your audience, right? I didn't mean to call you a shit because I'm not like that, but I just people back by the way. This is my brother, right? So this is not,
come on, no, we're just heated argument.
That's just heated, right? And that's how I got.
Can I just get the super chat in from Dan Dreep? Big up to Dan Dreep because big up Saeed, Flawless, Nuruddin and Aaron. Love all the content. Pray for Palestine and India. God bless you all. Yeah, man. Pray for Palestine, India always, man.
Yo, and Colombia as well, man. Shout out what's happening in Colombia.
I don't know what happened in Colombia, you know what I mean? So
yo, the people getting murdered right, left, and center, man. Fascism going on over there, man. People getting killed. The poorest people asking to be respected, and they don't want to pay the taxes that the government is putting on them under these economic conditions, and all of a sudden, when they go and protest, they're getting slaughtered on the streets. Yeah. Hey, let me explain something to you, Habibi. Please, let me just say something to you, okay? Van der Beek, like I already said, Saeed, I was arguing before we signed him and going, please get this guy. When a manager doesn't fancy a player, Saeed, he doesn't. That's what happens.
I think his ego didn't, but he should have at least embedded it in.
And then I said to you and Aaron, right? I said to you and Aaron, well, as soon as we got whacked at 6-1 by Spurs, Ollie's going to go defensive. And was I proving right?
Yeah, true. And time will tell, Nuruddin. Time will tell whether, the Europa League final, justified that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer this season, has he failed or has he achieved what the Glazers have finally wanted? You know what I mean?
When I look back at the season, and hopefully maybe next week's show we'll be going to review. We'll be looking back at the season, where things went wrong, where things went right, where things we could have. So I'm worried now. If there's no backing this season, if there's no bench, next season Liverpool go again, and Liverpool they already tried to get a squad going, right?
Yeah, and
that's what's going to happen. At the end of the day, Manchester United, I'm telling you now, we would struggle with if you've got the best managers. The reason why we struggle is when you've got dysfunctionally unbalanced squad, you can't make it happen. The only thing I would say is that he's played these same players and he's overplayed them because he thinks he has to do it to toughness. He's making lots of mistakes, but he's also doing some great things, especially working with these idiots. And that's why it hurts me when he comes out. When he comes out and says, and that's why I have the utmost respect for Casey Stoney. You know why?
Yeah. She you know what she did? She relied on her principles and she said, you know what? I ain't falling for these guys. And that's what maybe you call a proper manager who maybe goes on it and said, you know what? I'm leaving. It's coming the biggest wage of my life, but I still will back my own principles.
No, because you know what? She's got high stock. A lot of European teams are looking at her. A lot of domestic teams are looking at her now because she's one of the most talented coaches, women's coaches around. But to me, it showed me, and you know what? People might think this is naive, yeah? This is Ollie's dream job. But deep down aspect of me was thinking, you know what? Ollie's a fan of Man United. Would he
of course he is.
Would he just go, you know what? I've had enough of this. It's not worth the money. It's not worth
Well, I think the greater the better. But anyway, people, we're going to wrap up the podcast there. Podcast 124. Big up to everybody who's tuned in right now. Is this a blip or should we be concerned? Make sure you go check out the video. If you are watching after this video, make sure you go like the video and also you subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to check out Mr. Ari United, Flawless Sarcasm City, Stroll, Pi Radio Mandem, and also Mr. Structure, Real United Therapy. You know what I mean? Make sure you go check him out.
I'm about, 500 short of 2,000 people. Come on.
Come on, people. Make sure you go check him out. Like the video. Literally, the link will be in the description as well. So make sure you go check him out. And yeah, man, them people, you know where it is, man. We've got 2 games coming up. First one against Fulham and hopefully against Wolves. And then next weekend on Monday, we'll be previewing the biggest game of the season, the Europa League final. Where is it going to be won? Where is it going to be lost? The tactical battles, the tactical previews. Who should be playing? Who should be dropping? Make sure you go tune in. Tomorrow I'll be at the game, hopefully with my green and gold scarf. You know what it is. I'm going to try and get a banner in there as well. You get me? If them man try to ruffle me up, I'm going to put it down below. You feel me? Then they can't really go down there. You know what it is, but people, like the video.
Listen, all I'm saying, the pat down's going to be crazy tomorrow.
I'm telling you, man. You know, if they try to rough me up, I might just stick it down there. You feel me?
They're gonna look for flares, yo. They might do
everything.
What the police station, you know, where they
might do.
You know what? Trust
They might do. But people, like the video, subscribe to Saeed TV, and we're out, people. Take care.
We're on road to 40,000, man. Come on, people.
Yeah, my road to 40K. So, people, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you're new. Come on, man, hit that subscribe button. But people, we're leaving the Straightjacket podcast outro. So take care.